Hello, my name is Jack Ho, and my topic on this speech is about my ex. Now, I am happy that my ex broke up with me. Now, it sounds crazy, but it's not exactly what you think it is. Like anybody, I was actually quite sad, or anybody that was in a relationship before, I was quite sad when she broke up with me. But I feel as though there was a lot to take away from the relationship, even though my heart was broken. I think that the relationship made me a better person. And I think that's how it should be for every relationship that anybody goes through. Some of the takeaways I want to specifically talk about that I went through were how I think I've dealt with some of my insecurities, and how I think I've become a much more understanding person. Now, how did all of this help me grow? While in any relationship there are good moments, there are also many bad moments. Sometimes she was the cause of it, sometimes I was the cause of it. But for now, I'm just going to focus on what I did. To name just one minor example, I would like to talk about this one time where I asked her if she wanted to play some games with me. And she said, yeah, I'll play games with you. But when she told me this, she had also told me, you know, just give me a few minutes. I'm playing with my friends. And so hearing this, I'm like, the insecurities start kicking in. I'm like, yo, she probably wants to play with her. She probably enjoys playing with her friends more than me. So stupidly, and I come up with some excuse like, "Oh, I've got to do the laundry," and so I essentially gave her an excuse to not play with me. And just looking back on it now, it's just such a stupid and like silly thought. I'd let my insecurity cloud my judgment and cloud my mind. And I do think that many situations like that in which I let my insecurities take over were a big part of the reason why she broke up with me. Now, it did take me a while to understand this message, quite a while. I'd say I only truly realized it maybe a month back. Definitely at the time when she first broke up with me, I was angry and just depressed as hell. Like I wanted every reason to hate her, but just like just recently, as I said before, coming off of it, I've realized that while yes, there were things that she could have done better, and maybe I don't agree with the reason she broke with me. I do understand that there were a lot of things that I could have done better, and there were many things that I could have worked on to make the relationship just better in general. Now that's just one of the things. That was me dealing with my insecurities and realizing them. The other, uh, I guess, message that I learned was becoming a more understanding person. Now, for some context, this is my first and only relationship so far. I started dating her around May, and it ended around August 8th. Don't ask why I remember that specifically. So, naturally, because it was my first relationship, I went through a lot of firsts with her. I'd say, like, my first date, my first kiss, things like that. And so, while it did only last, uh, 3 months, I liked her quite a bit. So it really hurt me when suddenly one night she's like, I don't like you anymore. That really hit me in the heart right there. And so, like I said earlier, I really wanted every reason to hate her. And for the first couple of hours, I really did. I really was giving myself every reason to hate her. I was coming up with excuses like, "Oh, it's her fault. She broke up with me. It's I didn't do anything wrong." But what? Not even like what the day after. I think I was like, "Yo, that's such a stupid way of thinking." Sure, she was the one who broke it off, but there are always two sides to a coin, and I've come to realize that you know not everybody's perfect in their relationship. That's just how it is. Even if majority of the time she did something wrong, I'm sure there are things that you personally could have done to do better. And I'm not saying this is like, I guess, 100% of the time, there are just some people that are evil and will cheat and do things like that. But a lot of the time, they're, it's not always someone else's fault. There are always like multiple things contributing to the breakup of a relationship. Again, unless, some person cheated or some stuff like that. But I don't have experience with that, so I won't delve into that. So I guess I'm not saying I'm happy she broke up with me. I'm just happy that I was able to take a lesson out of the breakup, even if it did, hurt me. And I hope that goes up like that's just ends the same for everybody. I hope that like anybody that does go through a relationship or is going through a breakup, I hope that they can take a lesson out of the relationship and situation that they're in, because I think being able to be with someone that you love or like can bring out a lot of different sides to someone. Not everything in this world is black and white, and I hope we can all better ourselves. Thank you.